वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपाम्बुदीर्यतमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Warm welcome everyone in the study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we continue our journey, study of Bhagavad Gita. See the again and again, the thing we need in life is actually the company of a right person. What we see here, Arjuna had the company of Krishna. And just then, time was a separation between him and say victory, between Arjuna and clarity, between Arjuna and enlightenment as well for that matter, between Arjuna and ultimate achievement, until ultimate attainment of goal in life, ultimate resolve, ultimate peace, ultimate joy. Between Arjuna and eternity, only time was the separation, say. Or the very moment actually, the very moment Arjuna started listening from Krishna, he was transforming himself into transcendence. And then just time is the thing. Time is the separation, or is actually we all are on the way to Krishna. We all are on the way to Krishna, and that much of faith we should have. That much of faith we should have. So, practicing Krishna consciousness, it is all faith based. Nothing in this world is actually not faith based. And this Krishna consciousness is applied faith. It is applied faith, not like a blind faith or just for hearsay. No, it is a applied faith altogether. So we all are actually, in a way, directly, indirectly on the way to Krishna. But now we want to channelize ourselves properly on the way to Krishna and settle down nowhere. This settling down actually is a se- settling down is not at all a good uh, option. It's not at all a good position. It's not at all a good situation. It's not at all a good point to come about in practicing Krishna consciousness. Or I've settled down in Krishna consciousness. Settled down. Settled down as in like, right, people say I've settled down in life with marriage, with uh, business and also like, okay, now, uh, but settle down, one cannot settle down in Krishna consciousness because it is always expanding, ever expanding. So we should not settle down ourselves in Krishna consciousness as in, oh, I've done enough Krishna consciousness. Or yes, I've got it now. The moment I think, no, I've got it, I will spoil the game for myself actually. Would you agree? The moment I think that yes, I've got Krishna consciousness in my grip, I understand it now. I've got it. So Krishna will say, okay, fine, you are reaching your saturation. Be careful. We have to be very careful. We don't reach a saturation point in Krishna consciousness. That I've got enough. I've learned enough. I've understood enough. No. And only this is what will keep us humble and grounded. And unless we are humble and grounded, how can Krishna bestow more and more mercy upon us and show more and more of his magic, say, more and more of his mystery? So never there should come a point in my life wherein I should kind of tell to myself, I should be very convinced within myself that I've got it, I've understood it. Or also I should never consider that, yes, ask questions and I can give you the answer or I have the answer for your question. No. I can never think like that. Yes, I've got the answer for your question. Bring your question and I will tell you the answer. The day actually I start thinking na, in any sense that okay, I've become a teacher now, or I know Bhagavad Gita, I teach Bhagavad Gita. Wow, I would be pushing myself very back. So, with this humble attempt, with this prayer to attract Krishna's mercy furthermore, we continue our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, Opulence of the Absolute, and text 20. So far, we have seen Krishna revealed himself, explained about himself a bit more, and Arjuna, in response, acknowledged and he shared his realization. And those have not become our realization, though, yet. Arjuna shared his realization, and then out of his greed and also for our benefit, he's asking Krishna that you said that you are the source of all material and spiritual worlds. Those who are wise, they know this perfectly, and they put forward their faith and engage in loving service towards you. What do you mean that you are the source of the spiritual and material worlds? Kindly elaborate. Explain in detail. So Krishna says, well, my divine opulences, all the opulences, energies of Krishna is divine only, and they are limitless, unlimited. So Krishna, there is no end to me. So I cannot um, finish this. I cannot complete. See, now, how do we comprehend? In Krishna consciousness, there is no beginning, there is no end. We souls, we living entities, spirit souls are eternal since beginning. We didn't come into creation, no. It's not like I was made up on such and such day, no. The body is made up, the body comes into creation, not the soul. So if I can keep always eternity in my head, in my as my goal, as my understanding, or this very fact that I'm beginningless, uh, I'm endless, I'm Krishna's. uh, This thing, and this can be understood by faith only actually. So yeah, through faith and by mercy. By mercy, how can otherwise my conditioned mind stuck in the modes of material nature, how can I comprehend beginningless? How can I comprehend no end? How can I comprehend eternity? This is something not physical at all. So Krishna says that my glories is unlimited. And what's the point? There is no end. We will keep on going and going. And so, but yet Krishna kindly agrees to Arjuna's request, and for our benefit, he will share some. He will share some in a summary or in a glimpse from, not even summary, some glimpses. But that would should be enough for us, faithful persons say that should be enough for us to get drowned completely. It is only Krishna consciousness in which one should get drowned, and the one who gets drowned in it comes out of it. हम्म, उभर जाता है वही, जो डूबता है वही उभरता है. One who gets drowned, he only rises. He only rises. But one who just comes to test the water from a distance or check the water, takes a dip in and said, "Okay, I've had enough." No, no, I've got something more or better or important to do. One who doesn't, one who just tips, tests, or checks or sees from a distance that he actually drowns. One who wants to keep himself safe, he actually drowns. And one who desires to fully deep dive down into it, he rises. Such is the paradox. In society, we see in river, lake, say, ocean, if I go deep, I drown. And if I maintain my distance, then yes, okay, I'm safe. But such is the paradox in Krishna consciousness. One who wants to keep himself away from Krishna consciousness is actually not safe, is actually drowning. And one who wants to completely deep dive down is excelling like would excel like anything, rise like anything. Arjuna understood this, that there is some missing link. I need Krishna. So now Krishna, for our benefit, is going to further speak. So let us see. Chapter 10, text 20. अहमात्मा गुडाकेश सर्वभूताशयस्थित अहमादिश्च मध्यं च भूतानामन्त एव च. Lucy, read the translation, and Ellie and Lucy, maybe if you both can share purports.
I am the super soul, O Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings.
In this verse, Arjuna is addressed as Buddha which means one who has conquered the darkness of sleep. For those who are sleeping in the darkness of ignorance, it is not possible to understand how the Supreme Personality of Godhead manifests himself in various ways in the material and spiritual world. Thus, this is addressed by Krishna to Arjuna is significant. Because Arjuna is above such darkness, the personality of Godhead agreed to describe his various opulences.
Krishna first informs Arjuna that he is the soul of the entire cosmic manifestation. Oh, it's gone. Krishna first informs Arjuna that he is the soul of the entire cosmic manifestation by dint of his primary expansion. Before the material creation, the Supreme Lord, by his plenary expansion, accepts the Purusha incarnations, and from him everything begins. Therefore, he is Atma, the soul of the Mahatattva, universal element. This total material energy is not the cause of the creation. The Mahavishnu enters into the Mahatattva, the total material energy. He is the soul. When Mahavishnu enters into the manifested universes, he again manifests himself as the supreme super soul in each and every entity. We have experienced that the personal body of the living entity exists due to the presence of the spiritual spark. Without the existence of the spiritual spark, the body cannot develop. Similarly, the material manifestation cannot develop unless the Supreme Soul Krishna enters. As stated in the Subala Upanishad,
प्रकृति आदि सर्वभूतांतर्यामी सर्वशेषी च नारायण.
the Supreme Personality of Godhead is existing as the Super Soul in all manifested universes.
The three Purusha Avatara are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. They are also described in the Savatpatara.
Narad Pancharatra, one of the
Vishnu,
Satvata Tantras. One. Vishnostu Trini Rupani Purushakhani Atho Vidhu.
the Supreme Personality of Godhead, manifests three features as Karanodakshai,
Karanodakshai Vishnu.
Gar- Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and Sri Odaksai Vishnu. In the material manifestation, the Mahavishnu or the Karanodakshai Vishnu is described in the Brahma Samhita 547 Ya
ये कारणार्णव चले भजति स्म योगान् निद्राम्.
the Supreme Lord Krishna, the cause of all causes, lies down in the cosmic ocean as Mahavishnu. Therefore, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the beginning of this universe, the maintainer of this universal manifestation, and the end of all energy. I am the Supersoul, O Arjuna, seated in the heart of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings.
Very beautiful. Krishna says, I'm the super soul. Aham Atma Gudakesha. One of the names of Arjuna is Gudakesha. One who has conquered over sleep. Yeah, they say like in the whole battlefield of Mahabharata and even prior to it, like training, Arjuna had conquered over sleep. And sleep is not like physical sleep. Yeah, they took rest, but sleep as in conquered over ignorance. Even though in rest, but still kind of vigilant or not ignorant. Once uh, Arjuna, them are five brothers. Hmm. And one of the brothers asked Krishna, why is it that you have a special favor, a special heart, a real soft corner for Arjuna? Huh? We also love you and all, and you are attached to us, but there is a slight different mood between yourself and Arjuna. So now, why is it like this? And is something lacking on our part, or what is it? What extra does Arjuna do? What different does he do? Like that you are such good friends, like your bonding with him is completely different. So Krishna told that okay, you go to his camp and see what he's doing. You will get to know. So they go, them brothers, they go to the camp, and Arjuna is taking rest. He's taking rest, and as they go closer to him, even in his sleep, even in his rest, Arjuna is calling out the names of Krishna. Arjuna is calling out the names of Krishna, and they could hear that vibration. They could see that mood, emotion. So just the rest is for whom? The physical body. The physical body needs rest, not the soul proper. Soul proper by nature is very active. By nature, it is seeking engagement. The soul by nature doesn't like to be idle. No, the soul by nature likes to think, likes to feel, likes to experience. It has got willingness, likes to desire, it desires. So the soul by nature is active. Just the physical body needs rest. And Arjuna, he was completely like in the platform of soul. Likewise, when we also engage ourselves in Krishna conscious spiritual soul activities, wholesome activities. And what are spiritual activities? Chanting the holy name of Krishna. That's the highest spiritual activity actually. Chanting the holy names of Krishna, reading, hearing, book distribution. Wow, such a the most compassionate service, book distribution. So compassionate, reaching out to people uh, and encouraging them to listen about Krishna, giving them Krishna home delivery. See, such a compassionate service. So, uh, this this spiritual activities, they help us come out of bodily platform of life, not associate with body and body identification and bodily demands and needs. Any spiritual practitioner you see, they would sleep less. They would sleep less. Body doesn't need actually that much rest as well. And this is why, because of our one's engagement, one can see how peaceful is he, how his mind is in tranquility to begin with, and then harness further and come to a real purpose of life, understand the purpose of life, work along that purpose. Yeah. Living like a soul is, or much better is living like a devotee. That is on the direct platform then. Again, like uh, in temples, those who do deity worship, right? Now their service is so good, the deity worship, they're very close to the deities in a very physical proximity. So those who are the priests, the pujaris in temples, they have the authority to actually go in the altar, go on the altar, and they can go into deity's room, hmm, find their dresses and do everything with their dresses and all. Dress the deities, feed the deities, and deities are given shower as well, bath as well, called as abhishek as regular. Right? Daily dress them, give honor, give them food and this shower, bath as regular, and also what is chanting mantras and all, or offering ghee lamp and incense, flower and all. There are different moods. Different moods want to acknowledge everything comes from you, Krishna, and we try to remember this and we try to offer it to you. Although it belongs to you, but as in lieu of this offering of flower, in lieu of this offering of incense, kindly accept my love towards you. It builds a relationship of love. People anyways exchange so many gifts, and it's crazy the amount of shopping people do in the UK, or a predominant, I think, in the whole of Europe, I think, and possibly like America, Australia, places and all them as well during this Christmas time. Wow. Since morning, from morning till night, so much of shopping and all, and buying things for themselves, for friends and family, exchanging and all. Mm. So likewise, devotees also, they know that okay, Krishna, it comes from you, and we are giving it to you. I mean, what else can we do for you? Whatever we do is going to be short only. This is the purpose of sadhana. Do you know, Ellie, what the sadhana mean? Okay, so a question, Harsha, Ellie, Lucy, others. What does sadhana mean? We must have heard of this word, right? Sadhana.
Just it means like something to do with meditation or prayer, something. I don't know, but something like
Yes. Harsha, Lucy, any thoughts? Harsha, Ellie. Sadhana means
Or is it
doing some
worship?
sadhan. Go on.
Is
Second?
it when you like liberate yourself from the ego?
No, not as such, no. And see, we cannot, ego as in our ego will also still remain. But it's just now I'm in the wrong ego, the false ego,
does it
the
mean
lower ego
ritual
thing.
or worship?
In a way, can mean, but it is not a ritual as in, okay, you do it until certain and then you don't need that ritual anymore. Not that sense. So, just on that ego thing, um, liberate the soul from the ego. Well, the soul has its ego, right? Which is real ego, which is proper ego, true ego, genuine ego. And what is that true, real, proper, genuine ego of the soul? That I'm a lover of the lover of the lover of Krishna. My life belongs to Krishna. Uh, I'm a servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. And again, by servant, generally in this world might mean as a negative connotation. Oh, okay, yes, he's way below the rank. No. Servant of the servant of the servant means more mercy, more mercy, more merciful. Again, the paradox, one who thinks that he is actually very low in the rank, he becomes high in the eyes of Krishna, complete high. And in societal, imagine like a job interview. I tell you a real thing, huh? One of my friend, he's a devotee friend, and he was just trying for a job interview. He was still working in India, and then he was trying like, okay, it's been a while, maybe he just got a job call, offer call. He said no harm as such. Okay, fine, I go for the interview. So he went for this job interview, and technical and all was all good. He explained everything very nicely and all. And then they started like a bit like on a personality side. So asking what strengths and any weaknesses in your work, any challenges, how do you face, and something on your weak points. What do you think your weak points are? And him, bless him, he went like he took it a bit more philosophical for them. And he took it a bit more philosophical, and he was like, uh, this I'm so puffed up. I live actually in a very misidentification crisis, and there's a strong weakness in me, strong weakness, and I struggle to remind myself of my real ego. So the panel they were going a bit okay, fine, because you see, in many cases, interviews are what they're more like a set format, thing set thing, like what are your strengths, your weaknesses, and all these things. And it's like buy and sell deal, right? The buyer, the HR also knows about the company, and is just representing the company. The HR himself might not be so happy with the company, but okay, it's very scripted in a way. Yeah, that's what I mean to say. When it comes to many questions in the interview, it is many very scripted. It can get very scripted. But practicing Krishna consciousness, one would genuinely feel himself humbled by Krishna in a good sense, in a very, very good sense. And the more one he feels he's lower the rank, the more high actually he is. The more high actually he is. So the ego thing, the soul has a real ego, real ego. The soul is a person. And when we say person, means a body, a form. Na? We all are
It means the
persons.
body
We
of
all
what,
have a
sorry?
say again, a body of.
What did you say? A soul, a soul. You said a soul is a person, and what I mean by that is it the soul has the body of a something.
Yes, soul is a person. Soul has a body. Currently, we are having this body, but our body is material, top to bottom, is it not?
Yeah.
This is why, like, it is growing and it gives us so much pain and things, constantly
Mm-hmm.
changing, but not for good. Hmm? What is inside the body is no more than blood, bile, air, mucus, flesh, bones, right? It's no more than this. And what comes out of the body, each pores is just filth, dirt only. But when one practices spirituality, one when actually genuinely feels separation from Krishna, cries out, then he's reviving or he's coming to his original consciousness. So much so that when one's love for Krishna is fully blossomed, is blossomed to such an extent that he's um, getting the mercy of Krishna, then is attracting the real mercy of Krishna, then this body will be is actually this body is insufficient to fully love Krishna, to love Krishna. This body does not have that capacity. It is not compatible. So once one develops attachment and further attachment in the stages of loving devotional process, uh, attachment is a very high stage. After attachment comes bhav. Bhav means transcendental emotions. Transcendental emotions. Not a thing in the head, in the mind, no. Transcendental feelings, transcendental emotions. And above bhav is prem, love. So actually when a practitioner, a sadhaka comes even at the stage of bhav, he would struggle to continue in this body for long. No, this body would naturally, the soul and the body, they won't be compatible because the soul will be like so much oozing out of love for Krishna, that bhav, that transcendental emotions, this body is incapacitated to handle it. So the soul will come to its proper spiritual body, which is full of joy, bliss, and eternity. So the soul is a body, Ananda Vigraha, full of joy, bliss, and eternity. That's the soul's body. Like, rightly, we are so much materially absorbed. So See, wherever our absorption, wherever my heart is, that is readily available, that is made available for me because Krishna loves me. So if I want matter desperately, okay, Krishna says, so be it. And if I want a spiritual body wherein I can live spiritual life altogether, loving and serving Krishna, then that body is also there. Does this somewhat answer, Lucy?
Um, yeah, I'm a bit confused, but I am hearing you. So maybe it's just one for me to sit on for a bit,
Would you say
contemplate.
would you say sadha is like
Sadhana.
sadhana, sorry. Would you say that it's like separating yourself from the material then? Or not separating, but finding liberation out of material?
Yeah, I kind of understand your point, Ali. In simple sense, sadhana is what? Doing some sadhan. Yeah? Doing some sadhan is sadhana, and sadhan means uh, some means, sadhana means putting efforts. That is sadhana.
Okay.
Siddhi. Siddhi means perfected, perfection. And sadhana means not yet perfected, putting efforts. Siddhi means natural proclivity. That's one's natural state. And sadhana means, okay, yes, working upon it, work in progress, working upon it. And that, like spiritual efforts, it could be material efforts, like, but generally speaking, spiritual efforts. And then, like, okay, chanting japa is a sadhana. I'm doing sadhana, making efforts to do good japa. I'm doing good sadhana, what? Preparing bhoga for Krishna. I'm doing sadhana, cleaning the temple room of Krishna. All this is part of the sadhana efforts. Sadhana means making some sadhana, as in doing some efforts, making some arrangements to attain what? Perfection. And what is perfection? Completely surrendering oneself to the love and care of Krishna. Attaining Krishna's association, understanding one's spiritual identity. Well, see, spiritual identity we somewhat still understand. What is our spiritual identity? Our Jivere Swarup hoy Krishna Nitya Das. So, this Dasta is in loving Krishna. Our spiritual identity is serving Krishna, loving Krishna. But also thinking of my particular service, particular role, and particular mood, and then that body, that spiritual body, meditating on my spiritual body, and that would lead oneself towards siddhi perfection. Because again, this body is incompatible to love and serve Krishna. No, we cannot love and serve Krishna to any to a beyond asakti. Even asakti is deep attachment, and the body will shiver. This is what transcendental bhav. Body starts shivering, shaking. Fits, sort of spiritual fits in a way. The body is no more compatible because our body is made up of gross elements. This is why we walk on earth. But the heavenly denizens, they don't walk on earth. They cannot. Their body is so lightweight. They fly, they float, they're material, but their body is also material. Yet they have more higher powers than us, more subtle higher powers than us. And we are so much earthly, we cannot float, we just walk. Flying is not natural for us. And for them, putting their feet on the ground, no, they will fall down. And if I try to float, I fall down. So there's that incompatibility. Likewise, when one gets the transcendental fits, then the body is incompatible for the soul to reside in. The soul needs is hankering for its spiritual body to reside. So sadhana is making that efforts. Uh, Sadhaka means a spiritual practitioner. One who is making efforts is a sadhaka. One who is doing sadhana is a sadhaka. And what is his sadhana? To become a pure devotee. A sadhaka is one who is aspiring to become a pure devotee, or a sadhaka, a practitioner, is one who is searching for a pure devotee in his life. Who is a pure devotee? Or a sadhaka, a practitioner, is one who is following a pure devotee. So he has come across a pure devotee in his life, and now he is following the pure devotee. With what aim, aspiration? To please the pure devotee. And what would he attain? Become a pure devotee, and find shelter at the lotus feet of the divine couple, Sri Shishi Radha Shyam Sundar. Yeah. So the purpose of sadhana means making efforts, because I'm not perfect yet. So making efforts. And the purpose of whole sadhana is in a way to understand that Krishna is beyond sadhana. To attain Krishna is beyond sadhana. Because see, yesterday we discussed, is Krishna limitless, unlimited? Yeah, surely he is, for us and for him as well, for himself as well. Now, if Krishna was limited, say, then I could have got him through my sadhana, right? Okay, yes. If I formulate, if I come with this method, formulate that, yeah, daily I will do these many rounds, and I won't lie. I will eat very less. I will be very kind to all these tick points. Then, after 10 years, after 10 lives, 100 lives, Krishna, I will attain you. Then the sadhana becomes bigger than Krishna, or one's absorption in this sense that, yes, Krishna will catch you by doing this thing. So, the whole purpose of sadhana is to realize, oh, Krishna, you are so beyond sadhana. You are so invaluable. It is to develop a sense of desperation and separation from Krishna, that you are Krishna, you are completely great. You're completely great. This is what, no? We said, right? Beginningless, eternity, there is no end. How do we understand? This is all beyond me. So sadhana is to realize that Krishna, I am so puffed up. This is all actually beyond me. And when one realizes this, what does he do? He begs for mercy. He cries out. He leaves himself at the shelter of Krishna, the care of Krishna. That doesn't mean that he stops doing sadhana, he stops making efforts. No. But his effort is what? What is a sadhaka's effort? Mere effort. But it has to be genuine effort. It can never be, I can never say that, oh, I've made a great effort for you, Krishna, a great endeavor. Yeah, for me, it may seem like a great endeavor, but uh, so, aham atma gudakesha. Krishna is saying, Arjuna, sarva bhutashaya sita, aham adim cha madhyam cha bhutanam antaiva cha. So, Krishna is the beginning, the middle, the end, and everything. Uh, He's the soul of the soul. He's the heavier than the heaviest, and simultaneously lighter than the lightest. Now, can we comprehend this? Someone who is heavier than the heaviest, but simultaneous. It's not like, okay, Krishna, can you show us, can you prove you are heavier than the heaviest? Yes, okay, fine. I prove myself now. I'm heavier than the heaviest. And now, can you prove you are lighter than the lightest? Wait, wait. First, let me come out of my heavy thing and then go into the light thing. No, Krishna doesn't work like that. Huh? He is heavier than the heaviest, and simultaneously he is lighter than the lightest. That is Krishna. Now, how do I comprehend this in my material intelligence? Tainted material intelligence. We understand what tainted means, right? So, how do I fit it in? Huh? This is why the whole purpose of sadhana is to understand how beyond sadhana are you, Krishna. And the day I understand this, then there will be such a charm in life, such a charm. The day I understand this now, I will be freed of all worries in life. Honestly. Arjuna realized this, so he was not worrying in the war. Arjuna realized the supremacy of Krishna. So he was free completely. The day I realized that Krishna, wow, you are so great, you're so beyond, mm, you are the supreme controller indeed. Then what worry do I have? I'm Krishna's. The day I realize, then yeah, life will be so blissful. And it won't be like I will become a lethargic or lazy person, no, or ignorant, careless, casual, no. Can never be. Then there will be such a charm. Life is a chase after Krishna. Then the charm chase will be very charming, very charming. So that is Krishna, beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. As in, Krishna can access us at any point, easy, dead easy for him, eff- effortless for him. But for us to access him, and through material, mundane, material logic, intelligence, countless lives we may put in, but we won't reach anywhere. We'll find ourselves to be ever baffled. But for him to access us, easy, no worries. And this is why the way to access or approach Krishna, the best way is through devotees, especially through a pure devotee, because a pure devotee has made place in the heart of Krishna, or he has captured Krishna. And whenever we say Krishna, we mean Radha Krishna, huh? Not just Krishna. Okay, read next translation, please. I'm getting a phone call, important, huh?
Okay, I'll start then.
Okay.
आदित्यानामहं विष्णु ज्योतिर् ज्योतिर्दिशां रविरश्मिन् मरीचिर्मरुतमस्मि नक्षत्राणामहं शशि. Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Of the Maruts, I am Marichi. And among the stars, I am the moon.
There are 12 Adityas, one of which Krishna is the principal. Among all the luminaries shining in the sky, the sun is the chief, and in the Brahma Samhita, the sun is accepted as the glowing eye of the Supreme Lord. There are 50 varieties of wind blowing in space, and of these winds, the controlling deity Marichi represents Krishna.
Among the stars, the moon is the most prominent at night, and thus the moon represents Krishna. It appears from this verse that the moon is one of the stars. Therefore, the stars that twinkle in the sky also reflect the light of the sun. The theory that there are many suns within the universe is not accepted by Vedic literature. The sun is one, and as by the reflection of the sun, the moon illuminates, so also do the stars. Since Bhagavad Gita indicates herein that the moon is one of the stars, the twinkling stars are not suns, but are similar to the moon.
Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Of the Maruts, I am Marichi. And among the stars, I am the moon. Vedanam samavedosmi, Devanamasti vasavaha, Indriyanam manashasmi, Bhutanamasmi chetana.
Haribol. Very nice. Okay, continue reading, please.
Of the Vedas, I am the Samaved. Of the demigods, I am Indra, the king of heaven. Of the senses, I am the mind. And in the living beings, I am the living force, consciousness.
The
Let's
difference,
read a couple more. Yeah, sorry, continue. Yeah.
the difference between matter and spirit is that matter has no consciousness, like the living entity. Therefore, this consciousness is supreme and eternal. Consciousness cannot be produced by a combination of matter. Of the Vedas, I am the Shama Veda. Of the demigods, I am Indra, the king of the heavens. Of the senses, I am the mind, I am the living being, I am the living force.
Let's read a couple more and then we try to discuss. Huh? Rudranam Sankarashchasmi Vitesho Yaksharakshasnam Rakshasham Vasunam Pavakaschasmi Merushikharinamaham. Lucy read translation and yeah.
Of all the Rudras, I am Lord Shiva. Of the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am Lord of Wealth, Kuvera. Of the Vasus, I am Fire, Agni, and of mountains, I am Meru.
There are 11 Rudras from whom Sankara, Lord Shiva, is predominant. He is the incarnation of the Supreme Lord in charge of the mode of ignorance in the universe. The leader of the Yakshas and the Rakshasa is the Kuvera, the master treasurer of the demigod, and he is a representation of the Supreme Lord. Meru is a mountain famed for its rich natural resources. Of all the Rudras, I am Lord Shiva. Of the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am the Lord of Wealth, Puruva. Of the Vasus, I am Fire, Ajni, Ajni, Ajni. And of the mountains, I am Meru.
Purudasham cha mukhyam namam vidhi partha brihaspatiim senanim naham senanimam aham skanda sarasamasmi sagara. Harsha,
Of priests, O Arjuna, know me be the chief, Brihaspati. Of generals, I am Kartikeya. And of bodies of water, I am the ocean.
Lucy
Indra
or
is the
Ali.
chief demigod of the heavenly planets and is known as the king of the heavens. The planet on which he reigns is called Indraloka. Uh, Brihaspati
Brihaspati.
is Indra's priest, and since Indra is the chief of all kings, Brihaspati is the chief of all priests, and as Indra is the chief of all kings, similarly, Skanda or Kartikeya, the son of Parvati and Lord Shiva, is the
Hmm.
chief of all military commanders, and of all bodies of water, the ocean is the greatest. These representations of Krishna only give hints of his greatness.
Okay, maybe we can discuss little bit till here. See, these sections I like when we go reading few. Maybe tomorrow we'll read even more and try to discuss. But so again, the thread actually, the thread of Bhagavad Gita is very nicely woven. Say the way it's very chronological, practical, everything. And in some places, when we try to study more intricately, we'll find certain names Krishna is calling to Arjuna, like they called him Gudakesha. Certain names Arjuna is calling to Krishna, and some things Krishna answered here, some there, and some like here, there, and other places as well. But here, like if we see the thread, so Arjuna asked Krishna for kindly share some of your more opulences. I mean, who wouldn't want to listen? Who wouldn't want to see if we get an interview with Krishna? Wow. Who wouldn't want to carry on and on in that interview with Krishna? Uh, And Japa is what? Japa is my personal time with Krishna. Japa is my, like say, in a way, interview with Krishna. It's my direct personal time with Krishna. Japa is a direct call to Krishna, removing any barriers or anything in between. No. Japa is the direct personal service of Krishna. Direct personal service. If we can find our absorption in Japa, if we can do concentrated Japa, wow, it is like touching Krishna, seeing Krishna, playing with Krishna, uh, the various moods of japa. But the mood of japa is like to give us madhurya rati. Rati is attachment. Madhurya rati is like in keep bringing us in a loving conjugal relationship. That attachment towards the divine couple. And whenever we say Krishna, we mean Radha and Krishna. Now, not just Krishna alone. No, Krishna is never alone. And whenever we say Krishna, it is Radha Krishna only. Hmm? So here Arjuna is asking, um, Harsha, share screen once and Veda base Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela chapter 4, I believe, text 117. Oh, um, so, or it could be chapter 2, I think. And so, Krishna, Arjuna is asking Krishna for a sample of his glories because only a sample can actually be given. Krishna says, "There's so much I cannot give you anything more as such, because we'll run out of time completely." Hmm. So sorry, share screen, Harsha. Adi Leela, chapter 4, text 56. So now then Krishna is giving us just a sample of his potencies, like of all the world prime minister. I'm just trying to simplify it perhaps for my basic simple mind to actually comprehend what is being said in there. Huh? Of all the say of all the football players, I am this. Of all the sports persons, I am this. So representing that Krishna is the best of everything. He's the source, that whatever talent, whatever something wonderful, right? We experience text 56, huh? We experience something like, okay, wow. So Lucy, read the translation.
Radha and Krishna are one and the same, but they have assumed two bodies. Thus they enjoy each other, tasting the mellows of love.
Ellie, you also read this,
She's just
just the translation.
she's not here, she just popped out.
Okay. Harsha, read just the translation.
Radha and Krishna are one and the same, but they have assumed two bodies. Thus, they enjoy each other, tasting the mellows of love.
राधा कृष्ण एक आत्मा दुई देहधारी एक आत्मा ना और वन ओनली दुई देहधारी अन्य अन्य रस अन्य अन्य विलसे रसास्वादन करी. So whenever we say Krishna, it's not in isolation. It is Radha Krishna only we are referring to. Uh, and Krishna is never in alone as well. And so Paraspar, Radha Krishna, they Paraspar give themselves joy. And this is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. See, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it is all about for us, how can we serve the divine couple? The best service we can do chanting the Mahamantra and bringing them closer, uniting them. They are in union. They are in union. But on our part, we can. This is very lofty actually. This so Acharya say like we should chant in a mood of separation from the divine couple, and we should assist. Our role is assistance, to be of assistance to those who are assisting, to those who are assisting, to what end, to what purpose? To unite the divine couple. So coming back, like of all these many personalities, of all the football players, I am this consider. Of all the sports person, consider me to be this. So likewise, Krishna is revealing all of his, telling that actually I am the source. I am the source or origin of everything in this sense, and is kind of the best. Certainly, we see things in life and we wonder, wow, where did this come about? Wow, uh, this is so out of this world. Where did this come about? This is out of this world, and also it's stemming from Krishna. Krishna is helping us to, like, the one of the thing was on a daily basis. How can I meditate? How can I see and all check? So he's giving us so many things to find. Oh wow, this is the beauty of Krishna. This is the energy of Krishna. This is the effect of Krishna. And then when we our vision, it becomes so surcharged, so ignited, that Krishna will never be lost to us, and we will be also never be lost to him. Our vision would be, we won't be seeing anything matter, we would be seeing the energy of Krishna then. And whatever is we see come across, we will be spiritualizing it. Even use of laptop, mobile phone, uh, uh, house, car, washing machine, buying something and all, everything we will be spiritualizing to begin with my body, to begin with myself, to begin with my body. My thoughts, desires, action, everything will become spiritualized. So much so it should that I understand no matter and everything becomes spiritualized. Then that spiritual body is there waiting, waiting for us to gain entrance in transcendence. You know, many places they say, right, there's a dress code, there's a uniform. You go in a pub, you have to be dressed like this. You go for some meetings, you have to be dressed like this. That's the dress code and all. Otherwise, not allowed. Have you got the pass? Have you got the dress code? Have you got the approval? Have you got the thing? Likewise, for us to gain entrance in the spiritual realm, the dress code, the spiritual dress, the spiritual body. And for it, the spiritual mood, the spiritual fever, the spiritual qualities has to be developed. And the real thing is um, taking dependence, getting understanding my dependence of Krishna, experiencing separation from Krishna. Wow, that is the highest thing. Experiencing separation from Krishna will bring me closer to Krishna. Unlike in outside world, experiencing separation from, say, football brings moroseness, but experiencing separation from Krishna will bring one closer to Krishna. बोलिए Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So maybe for today we leave it here. Any thoughts, questions, or comments? Okay, then thank you very much for your patient listening and encouragement. We meet tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.